Okay. We don't need it here, huh? YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if we are live. How do we do this? Your channel. Yeah, baby, look at this. Yes, baby. Web version launch party and fixing some WASM bloat. Where's the web version? Create free account. Boom. Launch a terminal. Boom. Loading. Boom. Boom. It's here. Boom. Heat map loaded. All the stuff. Guys. Look at this, man. Blood, sweat, and tears. It took me blood, sweat, and tears. And I'm gonna be honest. I wanna actually, before we let me, more. So basically, I want to take this moment, guys. It's very important to thank some people, because without a couple of people, this was never happened, right? Market Monkey, the whole journey. Although I did a lot of stuff myself, and I put myself in a very uncomfortable position. I want to thank Terry, the GOAT, Terry, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank Mansour, Baitar. And I also want to thank Ashton. Without these guys, and I also want to thank my wife. Without these people, this was never possible. Never ever possible. They needed to basically hear my complaints, my arrogancy. They were there in the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, ladies and gentlemen, and of course 8FG for the support. Very important, ladies and gentlemen. So what are we doing here? I'm gonna give away 5 yearly subs. For now, beta is free, and I'm gonna fix stuff and make it way better than it already is, based on your feedback. But I'm gonna do a giveaway party in the Discord. So the Discord link needs to be the good one, not this one. Can I edit this video on the fly? What the fuck is this? Join the Discord for free education. No free education. Market Monkey Discord community and insider. That is actually, there is no insider access anymore. This is full-time Go dev. People don't like my courses. They don't want to build what I built. We don't need this as well. Look at that. I'm gonna save this. Is this gonna kill my stream? No, it's not. That's good news. Anyway, so how does it actually work? Let me live, brothers, live right now. How does it work? I'm gonna open up in the Discord here. Where is Discord? Market Monkey. Look at this. Where general? No, that's insiders. Here. I'm gonna start a giveaway. I'm gonna do it right now. / giveaway. I'm gonna create one. I'm gonna do 1 hour. A 1 hour giveaway. How many winners? 5 winners. The prize is going to be yearly subscription. And I think if I press this thing, you guys can actually enter with ! giveaway. 1 hour. I'm gonna press enter. Oh, you just need to click this. Click this thing. Click on the giveaway. There's 1 hour. 1 hour. People can actually enter, right? And then by the end, we're gonna we're gonna see what's going on. I never did this, guys. This will be the first thing. I'm gonna lie. I cannot. I really wanna see what he's. But I can't. I just can't. So now we need to wait 1 hour, guys. Right? But it's no problem. If you're in the Discord, you have no time to do the full live stream. What the hell is this? There's no problem. You're gonna get a role. I'm gonna automatically give you a role. And it's gonna be fine, right? It's gonna be fine. Should be good. Should be good. And if it's not, but it should be good. Send Discord in chat here. Man, but how hard is it for people to figure out where the Discord is? It's everywhere. But I will do it. How do I do this? Here. This is my local host. Let me kill that. What's going on here? Market Monkey Terminal. As if I know the link. Can I type in here? Did I just enter something? Maybe somebody just type it in here because I probably can't. I can. Look at that. That's crazy. Best stuff I used by far. Right, so now it's up, the WASM version. There are some things I need to do still to make it very good. For example, the DOM here, and that's what we're gonna try to do. Let me actually extract the DOM. This is DOM widget, and this widget, and I think another widget. Yeah, this widget in particular is the culprit of some stuff, because in the desktop version, which is here somewhere, it's, yeah, I cannot even open it. What is going on here? Full screen probably. In the desktop version, I'm using a virtual Arena allocator, and these allocators are basically not compatible with WASM. So right now this thing is creating entries and it's never deleting them. So there's a big memory leak in the DOM widget. Hey, if you have a high memory usage, refresh the page. You know what I mean? Just refresh it. You can actually also just save the layout here, and then we're gonna refresh the page, and it's basically going to load up the exact same thing with the memory cleared. Amazing. You know what I mean? So that's that. So we're gonna look at the docking, baby. It's amazing, isn't it? Some stats on top of that. Look here, boom. Another stat, boom. Statty watty. Let's do another chart here. Bybit, BTC. Of course, Bybit with the depth of a Pepega. I'm gonna close this. Wait, what's that? Heatmaps close because Bybit. Here, boom. Look at that. Who can do that? Is TradingView? Can TradingView do that? Can Trading Light do these things? I don't think so. Look at this. ETH. Hop. Another chart. Coinbase. BTC. Hoppa. Boom. 4 charts. Full frames. No problem. Who can do this? Tell me. Tell me! Who can do that? The Market Monkey team can do that. So if you are from the community, it's basically built by the community. It's not built by me, it's built by the community. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually close this thing. But why is Bybit so broken? What's going on here? Broken. Why is ETH only up? Because you want to buy, Teddy. That's why it's up. You're waiting for the price to go down. What's happening? Price goes up. Simple as it is. Thanks to your system, I won 4 awesome trades on BTC. What's going on? I mean, to be honest, in the market right now, I mean, if you cannot make any money, then there is something wrong. Let me close everything here. I mean, the market is so active. You know what I mean? Look, it's boom, boom, here. This one, I don't know. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Like I said, I know a lot about the markets, but I'm not a trader. Why? Because knowing stuff about the markets is not the same thing as trading. There is a lot of other things that's being involved, like patience. I have no patience at all. You know what I mean? I'm the anti-patient. So it's not going to work. The New York Open. Look at this. The boys, they basically were looking for trouble. How is the giveaway going? Is it still? Touched it. Insiders, what's going on here? Were you able to have a look behind subscription for all for WASM release? Yes. I don't know. Maybe. Yes. Okay, guys. So we're gonna try to fix. We're gonna try to fix the DOM widget. That's what it's gonna do. Look at that. It's like it's nothing is going on here. It's so cool. Look at that. Performant as fuck. There's only one thing. If you load more heat maps in, you see, it's basically loading more heat maps in right now. You see, and then it stops a bit because it's like a big chunk of data that it's being handled. How can I say that? It's not being handled properly by me. I need to fix that. So what is this? Basically delta footprints, right? Look at that. Delta footprints. You have basically the market in, not in 360, but in 1080. The market in 1080. That's what this is. Can Tau be added in it? Everything can be added in it, bro. Everything can be added. Join the Discord and we can talk. You can talk directly to me. You know what I mean? And you could say, hey, Anthony, listen, I am using this thing, but I need this. No problem. I will fix that for you because we are building this together. You tell me what I need to do. I build it. That's how we make a good product. Not like the other developers that are basically never, the other CEOs or founders, they are never being able to talk. You cannot ask questions. They are too cocky and they are taking too slow with their 50-man teams that have no fucking clue what they are doing. This is a little bit different. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're gonna do this. The cool stuff is I also have this in the local host. Local host, boom, poof. Look at that, easy peasy, baby. This is the local version, so we can try some stuff, right? In the heart of the I needed to do a lot of stuff to make the WASM work. I'm gonna lie. This is actually, to be honest, very hard to do. So what's actually, before we continue, what's next? Next is basically scripting, replay. So because that's something that enterprise customers are asking, which is basically replayability. So what's going to happen is that you're going to have a recorder here, right? A session recorder. You click record and you can record the data, what's happening, right? It's going to save that data and then you can basically use that data to replay, and you can replay all the widgets, you know? So you can replay the market from your recording. You can replay your indicators from the backtesting actually, but what you record. Hey, like I said, this thing is going to be, it's never seen before, you know? Is this a Tokyo night team? No, it's the Grubber. Grubber, baby. Grubber Darker. Basically the team from from Soiden. From Zoden. Oh. What's this, man? I cannot even delete this guy. How was your experience with Odin? Best language ever. Best language ever. Of course, everything comes with pros and cons. Like, there is a lot of pros, but there are also a lot of cons. But if you can see for yourself, right? If you can see how the WASM is performing, then we know. Okay, so what we need to be in the DOM widget here. And the problem with the DOM widget is this thing. You see what's going on here? When is web DOM entry allocator? That's not good, because these entries are basically these little book entries, which is a pointer to, and I clean it up, right? I clean it up. Virtual Arena destroy. Virtual Arena free. But we don't have the arena, so we are allocating these things on the global allocator, the mscripten allocator. And they are there forever. You know what I mean? I've seen paid system, but not efficient as this. Thanks, bro. Really appreciate that, guys. I really, like I said, it's the community that basically does it, right? The community is everything. I don't care, you know. If you guys can use it the way you want, then I'm fulfilled. Okay, so the problem is that if we say so we have an entry allocator here. I'm gonna move this thing down here. Arena. I think I'm gonna try with a man.arena. I don't know if it's gonna work. Going on. Do we have two arenas here? Yes, we do. Shit, that's gonna be problematic. Other arena. That's how we do it, man. That's the thing you're using. Other arena. Other arena. What is this? Dom dot. Other arena is going to be man dot. Arena init. The thing is, where are we gonna? What should we call this naming style? I don't know. It's temp. Temp. It's a temporary name for testing. DOM other arena is mem arena init. It's gonna be the DOM arena. Other arena. Other arena, and then we need to give make. This is going to be a slice of bytes. I don't care about your memory, man. I hope your PC is dying. That's not true. Let's do this. 128. Heat maps are big. Let us be honest. They are big boys. So we do this. There's a problem already. This make bytes is already a problem, right? If you don't know what you're doing, but we're gonna fix that later on. DOM.entry allocator. Gonna do this. There's a bit of a git history in my own code. Leaving it like that. Entry allocator. It's going to be man.arena allocator and DOM arena. DOM other arena. Hey, what's going on? Return value cannot be used as value. Of course it cannot be used as value. What is this? It's not gonna work, I think. You can see that it's not working, right? You see that? It's broken. The question is, why is that? Oh, it's not heat maps. This is what I was saying. Are they using go in the backend? Yeah, the backend is go. Backend is go. 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 Fixing that. I know it's a shitty metric, but how line of code? It's a lot. Why is it doing so much problem with this thing? I think it's I'm scripting. Could be unscripted. Or because actually that works perfectly fine. See, that is just a normal allocator here. That's the normal allocator. So would it be unscripted that's doing this shenanigans? Or is it the bytes that's, or maybe it's, let me actually try something. We have app, right? Let me try sometime. Let me try. Let me try the Fufu. The Fufu, we're gonna call this the Fufu allocator. It's gonna be a mem allocator. Fufu Arena. The Fufu. Why do we name these variables like that? Because if you name them, this is a trick. This is a trick from years, decades of experience. If you name your variables the way they need to be, and you come back into your code, nothing's gonna happen. You're gonna see, oh, entry allocator, no problem, all good. But if you see Fufu allocator, you know it's a temporary thing and you need to fix it, right? Fufu, that's not a thing. So if somebody comes into this code base, you're gonna see, what? Fufu allocator? We need to take care of this. This is not correct. This is temporary. When will the server be written? Good luck, Ashton. Good luck. By the way, Ashton here in the chat is basically ported everything in the backend to NAT queues, and it basically one-shotted that. That's crazy. I don't even know what to say. He's even... I don't know what to say for that. So we're gonna do this app in nits. Wait, actually, maybe... Where do we call this? Because we might have some good news if we call that. From a main. Because this is getting called from inside the proxy. Proxy. Angry GG. But main... Where is main, bro? Main. But main... App init. That's good. That uses this context. Here before HFG. I don't think so. 8FG is already here. 8FG, give some support for HFG, man. A good guy, generally. Okay, focus HD. Okay, in it. So what we're gonna do is this. Mem, arena. This is an experimentation. Arena init and app.fufu arena. We're gonna make this a slice of bytes, and we're gonna say 128 times. But wait a minute. I know what the problem is. I know what are we doing? What are we doing? Wait a minute. Before we do this, the Fufu Arena experimentation. Wait a minute. I just made a mistake. I think. Small mistake. This is 128 bytes. You cannot even... 128 bytes? What are you going to do with that? It's like a string. Oh, it's like a big string. It's like your password. Times 124 times 124. Or times mem.megabyte. You see, you learn something. Before we do Fufu, we do this. I'm gonna see if that's gonna work. Hey! Yo! Wait. Sometimes when things are working... Yes! Sometimes when things are working, I'm always like a little bit of... This project was like a roller coaster, you know, like, yay, oh, yay, oh. The whole time. I was so excited, and 2 hours later, I could be so depressed. I have these days where my wife was, man, you're full of energy. Why are you so sweet? And the other days, I was like a grumpy man, full of depression. And so I learned that if something works, you need to double check because sometimes you still have the old code. Okay, so the problem is, okay, we have this memory allocator. It's good. Good. But before we are going to basically cut down the Fufu experimentation, we need to do... So how do we know? 128 megabytes for the DOM widget is a lot. We're going to do some experimentation with that. But... So... The thing is... How many lines of code? A lot, because if you... people are asking line of code, only the chart is already like... This is only the chart. This is only the chart, boys. You know? And I have like a shit ton of code, like everywhere. Because I'm good. The good thing is that if somebody steals my code, he's not gonna do... It's too complex. This is the most complex thing I ever did in my life, I'm not gonna lie. Dom, peri dom. Dom, peri dom. Virtual Arena free all. The thing is... So... No, Anthony. Think. Arena free. Mem. Arena free all. Yes. Free them all. Free all memory in Arena. Easy. So now we are in this. Is there no such thing like this Arena global thing? I'm gonna actually do the virtual Arena here. That's some desktop problems, right? Virtual Arena destroy. Can we do that? mem.arena. Dynamic Arena allocate bytes. We don't want that. How do we delete this thing? So, come on, brother. Other Arena. Mem. In Belgium, where I live, if you're a memmer, you're basically like a memmer. Stop my memming. Basically means stop complaining. A memmer. So it always reminds me. Mem. A strong bald guy who codes in sports, no beard, you're a EI. Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for reminding me that I'm actually bald. And you forgot one more thing. I'm short as well. So I'm basically bald and short. That's crazy, isn't it? And I have no beard. It's the cocktail for failure, isn't it? It's like, how can you get any woman? How can you get any woman? Luckily for me, I have a beautiful one. I can say it myself. I can say for myself that my wife, my future wife, is hot. Luckily. And I need to keep her because I'm never gonna find something like that again. So I need to do my best to keep the wife happy, you know what I mean? And how do you do that? Two things. You make a lot of money and you have good sex. That's all the only things you need. And you need to look good, right? You know what I mean? Because if your wife cheats on you, there's a big problem. Why would they do that, right? If you know, of course, if you're like, I mean, at a certain point in time, things get. Why are we switching editors and color schemes? Because we're bored. That's the same thing. So a color scheme needs to be interesting at all times, you know. Bro's live without an announcement. Listen, yeah, I know. The thing is, what is going on here? Look at this, guys. Here, this level here. A lot of bullshit is going on in this level. Go get him. So we are basically free in this. There's one more thing, guys. I need to explain to you for when you're working with arenas. This is already a good setup. The problem is this motherfucker here. You make bytes, right? You make these bytes here. The problem is that this thing also is allocated and you need to verschwunschen das, right? So you need to make like the arena buffer, which is going to be a slice of bytes, right? And then you're gonna do something like buff. Can we do like hola dom dot buffer equals this beautiful thing, and then we're gonna say dom arena buffer. No arena buffer, this thing, right? So now we have access to the arena buffer here, the arena here, and the allocator here. So that means, let me find the virtuals. This is for desktop. Free all. Can we actually free an allocator as well? Because I'm calling virtual arena free all for desktop, but I want to just free all the. I just want to free the thing. I need to probably Google that or ChatGPT it. Probably not gonna know it. So we do memory free all here, but this destroy. So what we need to do, we need to delete the backing bytes of the arena as well. DOM arena buffer. That's the thing. That's the thing, bros. Do we do it in the clear as well? Clear entries. Clear entries. Market buys here. Don't price here. Aggregate. It's an aggregate thing. Aggregate. Why are we memory free all of it? I don't know why we are freeing this memory. YOLO! YOLO! Okay, so this is gonna take, so we need to wait. How can we test that? Well, we can't. Well, we can. It's gonna take a while. By the way, guys, I'm gonna make a new feature in Market Monkey. You know that it's basically very flexible in layouts, right? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it so that we can actually, for example, look, now we have 2 tabs here. But maybe you wanna have a tab where you have all your smaller widgets inside, or specific trading styles in that tab. Right now you can't. You can't, for example, I have a trade widget and I want to basically dock it in here, right? In my Binance E tab, I want to dock it in, but it's not going to happen. You see what's happening? It's docking it here. So I want to make a separate tab where you can have multiple widgets in your layout, and then you save it. That's gonna be a killer feature that actually doesn't exist. Not exist. It's just not. Never. Ever existing. It's not. Right, yeah, different tabs, because why would you have, like, I mean, you could have 2 tabs in here, you know, like 2 charts. But you see what happens? I want to have one tab with the full BTC ETH open, and the other tab is the split screen. And I want to give complete freedom, because that's what you deserve. Let us be honest. And then you can just save your layout, refresh it, and everything is back. Guys, am I a genius? There's a lot of market activity, not gonna lie here. How can we assess market activity? Trade counter. Nothing happening. Yeah, Dirk, I'm going. This is going to be changed. This layout thing. Right now, it's safe. It's annoying. I understand. They're going to be. I'm gonna work, but the thing is, like, I need to work on so many things, and I only have like 2 testicles, you know. So this is gonna be very soon be implemented. Click new layout. You give a name for your layout, and then you save what you want. You can create a new one, and then you can switch between layouts. For example, your higher time frame layout. Higher time frame for the 4-hour, your higher time frame layout, and a lower time frame layout where you have the DOM and some widgets, because I mean the DOM on a 4-hour chart doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I mean? Your scalping layout and so on. Okay, are we ready to see how much memory it's using? Hey, I think we just fixed it. We just fixed it. We fixed it, I think. But that's because it's allocating here, and the heat maps are also. But the thing is, normally it was already over a gig. Over 1 gigabyte of memory. Let me add more charts. Coinbase. Let me add more chart, bro. Here. Coinbase as well. What they use for the charts. This is implot, but basically everything is hand-coded. Everything is hand-coded, brother. Hand-coded with hands. Chart widget. Chart widget. Chart widgets. Plot candlesticks. Here. Good luck. Hand-coded, bro. Chart config show high low. Heikanashi. Who wrote Heikanashi? I didn't do that. Plot Heikanashi. Plot Heikanashi. Look at that. Who did this? Dirk Huis, dames en heren. Man, Matthias. Guys, I need to fix this issue right now. Because Matthias says, hello there. I think it would be great to be able to zoom into the heat map. Press a key and a small pop-up window to see the values of the heat map. That's I think I'm not gonna lie, one of the major, most requested features, so I need to do that. I need to make the community happy. The thing is, you can zoom in, right? Where is the heat map? This is actually Coinbase. Here. Zoom, zoom, and you're in here. Now you see the values. But I know what you mean. You want basically, when you hover with your mouse over a little blokkie, over een little blokkie, that there is like a pop-up window that basically says, hey, these are the values in the neighborhood. I got you, brother. I'm gonna fix that for you. One of the privileges. Actually, how is the giveaway doing here? Why stouw, bro? Monitor memory tomorrow. Yeah, I know. Fixing on stream. Guys, relax. This is the memory the memory leak I'm just talking about is basically the entry allocator, which is basically allocating entries for aggregation. Was using on desktop a virtual memory, a virtual arena allocator, right? And we were freeing that arena all the time. But on WASM, it doesn't work, the virtual. So I basically didn't free anything. You know what I mean? So now everybody has a memory leak. The thing is, now we fixed it. That's why we are yapping, so we can see. I think we're good, right? So the thing is, if I close this thing, it should clear up the memory here. But we don't know. So we need to wait, because it's not happening all the time, right? If you remove an arena and it's freeing its memory, it's not happening like in an instant. Ain't gonna happen. Tony! Very good, busy last month. Congrats, man. Hey, what's up, Officer Dick Whip? Thank you so much, brother. Amazing work, by the way. Nope. Thank you, Matthias. Thank you. I'm gonna... Your request is something that is basically being requested for a... It's actually easy. Well, easy. It's not the biggest thing to do, right? There are a lot of other stuff I don't want to touch. Come on. How can we see if this thing is working? That's the question. Let me kill some charts, but this heat map is huge as well, right? Look at this, guys. Boom! Look! For the price action traders, you know, like, hey, support zone. Can even change the color. Horizontal lines. I'm gonna add more drawing tools. The thing is, I just added like the basics, the bare minimum. The bare minimum. I will add more stuff. If people want a Fibonacci, I will add one. I'm not gonna lie, I think we're good, right? I think we're good. Like 500 megabyte of RAM is not basically... This is like a very high performing thing, right? Do you even know what data it's actually using? But to be honest, I think... Let's try something else. Maybe something more efficient. Can we do that? Okay, so we know that this works. 128 megabytes is... a lot. How long does it take to vibe code? I think we are in our 4th month. 4 months. The thing is that you can do what you want. You can use any kind of tool like Lovable or whatever fucking idiot soy deaf AI you're gonna use. There is no way in hell somebody can build this. AI can't. It just can't. You can try. You can. You can't. I tried. Even for stupid questions, it does not know. It does not know Odin enough. It does not know anything. You know? Everything you write in JavaScript or PHP, it's gonna do that. But everything serious, forget about it, bro. Forget about it. AI is a good tool, but it's gonna be years from now before it's actually gonna replace. It can take 10 years because it's like there is so many diminishing returns. Like, what's the difference between Grok 2 and Grok 3? I don't fucking know. Do you know? If you think it's a huge difference, then something is wrong with your knowledge base. They are good. I use Grok all the time, but it's just not good enough, to be honest. And I use AI all the time. Sometimes like, hey, listen, this is what I do. Is this good? Check for leaks. Check for this. And it will come up with something and it's gonna help you. It's gonna save you time. But coding something with an agent mode, forget it. That's for another channel. You're on the wrong YouTube channel. You know, you need to be in some kind of a soy-dev JavaScript to-do list group. Wait, how many hours are we streaming? Not yet an hour, so there's no giveaway. There is something that is called a dynamic arena as well. So we know that this works, right? Let's try something else. Dom. Foo. No, it's not Foo. Actually, we need to delete that. No Fufu Arena. We're skipping the plan of the Fufu Arena, bro. Actually, to be honest, if I need to build like this, for example, right? Here, guys. This is card. You can't do AI in here. It's like a visual coding thing that I use. You see, I use these things as well. But this, for example, this thing, I would just use AI for that, like a bolt or a cursor in agent mode, and or V0, and you say, hey, build me this. Who's gonna? I mean, who has time to build these simple things? Who has time for that? You know, and then there are people like, look at what I built. They built something with ChatCN and they think they are the developers, man. Nobody has time to build these simple things. You know what I mean? That's AI is perfect for that. I would use that all the time because I'm not gonna build that. And by the way, I did not write that. Somebody else did. Somebody else did that. Okay, we're gonna say dom.arena is going to be a man.dynamic arena. That doesn't work like that, Anthony. Again, dynamic arena init. Dynamic arena. Let's try that. We actually need Ginger Bill here. We need Ginger Bill. This is the dynamic arena. And it's gonna use some blocks, some pages. I have no fucking clue. Actually, to be honest. Let us see. Dynamic arena. Block size default. How many bytes is that? I don't even know. I don't even know how many that is. You see? I'm not smart at all. Question is that gonna work? Probably not. Yeah, it's working. Look. Memory dropped. Guys. You see this? The memory went from 500 and whatever, it dropped. Because it cleared its arena. Is that correct? Yeah! We can replay the stream. We cannot free this. That's gonna be like mem.dynamic arena. Let's reset. Free all. This is virtual. There's something else here. Copy this. And then we're gonna say dynamic underscore arena free all. Is that what we need to do? It might be way too less. The block size might be a little bit too scuffed. What's going on here? Dynamic arena allocator. Easy peasy. Little pig, little pig. Okay, this. That's loading everything, right? It's like a lot of data coming in. I think it's loading already pretty fast. It's just a lot of data. All these charts and these tabs, the data also needs to come in, right? That seems to work. Well, that seems to work, and the thing is, it might be a bit better. Because right now, we can never allocate too much. And we can also not allocate too less. You know what I mean? Only allocate what we need. Dynamic Arena Allocator. The Dynamic Arena Allocator uses blocks of a specific size, allocate on demand using the block allocator, okay? This allocator acts similarly to an arena. All allocations in a block happen continuously from start to end. If an allocation does not fit into a remaining space of the block and its size is smaller than the specified out-of-band size, a new block is allocated using the block allocator, and the allocation is performed from a newly allocated block. That makes sense. If an allocation has bigger size than the specified out-of-band, a new block is allocated such that the allocation fits into this new block. This is referred to an out-of-band allocation. The out-of-band blocks are kept separately from normal blocks. It's very important. Why is that? Because otherwise, especially for dynamic arrays, if you have dynamic arrays, it needs to be resized. And the problem is if you resize the dynamic array, it could basically fuck up your arena. But I think what they do is they make sure that the whole arena makes this. It's the same thing like a virtual arena. I'm not a specialist, but I think it's going to basically make sure if you need to grow your dynamic arena, it's going to put that on the right spot in a new block if needed, so things are basically lined up in memory. That's what I think is happening. And if that's not true, please comment, then I can be educated as well. Going on, Fabio. Fabio, what are you giving away? 1 yearly sub. So if you're not a trader, it's useless. What can I say? Yeah, you see, it's already saving us like a shit ton of data because we don't allocate the 120. So basically, with a normal arena, what you're doing is you're gonna say, "Hey, boy, allocate me like 512 megabytes of memory." Are we going to use that? I don't know, but we're gonna make sure it's enough so everything might fit. Problem is, you might over allocate. Let's go! Come on, Willie! You might over-allocate, and now it basically is only going to commit when it's needed. That's what I think. Is it performant? Well, I don't know. Probably it is. Are we gonna... No, the trader went all in, so yeah. Oh, man. Alright, so it. Awesome product, bro. Thank you so much. Number XBT. Thank you so much, brother. Something I also need to revisit are the footprints. The aggregation of the footprints to make is... I'm not very happy with that. It's good, but it's not the best. It's not the best. So that we need to fix that. So the cool stuff is that you can have your footprints open here, and then you can actually open up the same chart. Look at this. Where can you do that? Binance, BTF, BTC, boom. Boom. Now you have BTC here open. Boom. And now you have basically your footprint chart open here. Right? And you could basically open your footprints on a 1 minute to see exactly what's going on. And then you could say, okay, no, I want to have 5 minutes here. Boom, look at that. So, boom. And now you have your 5-minute chart open here, right? And if that's not enough, you could say, oh, listen, but I also want to see the higher time frame, Anthony. How do we do that? Well, you click open new, the same fucking chart for BTC. You put them up here, boom. And you're going to say that this is going to be the hourly. Right? That's going to take a while to load all these heat maps in because that's a big shit ton of data. I still need to aggregate that. Look at this. This is like... So now you're going to have the 1 hourly, the 5 minute, and your footprints open here. If you cannot make any money with this setup, guys, come on. Make me proud. How many days does daily chart show? Yeah, the problem is the daily chart only shows from the moment we started our servers. But, amigos, para cientos para aquí. Listen very carefully. I will make sure there is a shit ton of history very soon. Of course, look at that. Some wild Pikachu popped up from nothing. Look at this. You shall not pass. Did you saw that on stream? Boom, directly 300 BTC in the face of the traders here. You know what I mean? In the face. Bam. Of course, it's not gonna. They need to do a lot of good stuff to break this. You know what I mean? We will see. Now you can actually check the DOM widget. If you're really smart, you check the DOM here, the same thing. And then you can actually aggregate a little bit. Then you can see how many buyers here, right? This market orders. You see the market orders at a certain point of level. This is basically 3,090, 3,200, and you can find it in here, which we cannot find because let's do this. We can't. Here, there is nobody here. You know, you can see how many markets fills the bits. That's how you can actually... No financial advice. Liquidation events vertically plotted in the price axis. Ah, I know what you mean. You mean here. But like when the scripting is there, so a lot of... There are basically some indicators yet. That's because I was waiting for that until the scripting is in place. Because then I could basically build the indicators in the scripting language itself. And I'm going to give you a lot of freedom for scripting, but like a shit ton of freedom. So you can build these things yourself where you just listen to liquidations and you just plot them wherever you want them, right? Normally the liquidations are basically here right now, which are basically inversed. So there's a little bit of a bug here for Binance. Everything that's red needs to be green. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix it tonight actually. I need to... This red is actually green. How do we know that? Oh, look at Bybit. Look at this. Liquidations. What? This heat map's fucked up. I cannot even... How do we know? 720. 1720 is here. You see it's green. You see that? You see? I made a little mistake. I'm sorry. Maybe you're actually profitable because I inversed it. inverse psychology. Maybe you made a good trade about that. I don't know. Yeah, but so for the vertical liquidations, I know what you mean. You could even plot the liquidations on the screen as well, right? And the good news is, TradingView is a little bit scuffed because you can't really build like performant heat maps in it. I tried it, you can't with the TradingView. It's lagging like shit, you can't. But with MarketMonkey scripting, you will have access to it will be drawn with GPU power, so you can build your own heat map whatever you want. It could be a heat map with naked women. Nobody cares. We just render it. You know what I mean? Powerhouse. Is there open interest? Not yet. I'm gonna add that as well. Open interest is a little bit different because there is no WebSocket stream for that. It needs to be some kind of an API that needs to be periodically queried and then added. But there might be very good news coming. I've been talking with a lot of people, like big people, and there might be insane news coming very soon, but like crazy. And with crazy, I mean going from 4 exchanges, 5 exchanges, 6 exchanges support to 30 in a matter of a week. But I cannot say more because it's not. The deal is not sealed. The deal is not sealed, guys. But if that deal is sealed, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. There's instantly foot in the market, like boom. Okay, I'm so. Yeah, we're good, guys. Look at that. We are sitting at 475 MB. That's good. Look at this on the screen, guys. This is no joke, right? Look at it. This is YouTube. YouTube. This page. This fucking page here. What do we see on this page? Nothing. What is happening on this page? Exactly nothing. What are we doing from weird stuff? Nothing. How much memory? 224. Twitter. 195. Artlist. 217. And then you have this crazy stuff. Only sits at 475. Is double. But it's different. Let us be honest. Optimization, guys. It still needs to be a lot of more things being done here and there, but we are at the right track. How often would you pull the API? 1 second. Basically at the limits. You know what I mean? At the limits. If they say you can pull it 20 times a minute, then we pull it 20 times a minute. If they say you can only pull it once in an hour, then we pull it once in an hour. But we don't know yet. But the thing is that we will figure something out with some proxies and all that stuff. It will be fine. Okay, I think we're good. I'm not gonna lie. You can also disable auto, and then you have a lot of free willy. And then you can scale here, scrolling here, right? And scrolling here. Okay, you can double click to fit, right? You're here. Double click fits. Let me. Hekanashi, right? Double click fit. Double click fit. That's what you could do. You can also scroll in here. Actually, double click. If you're. You could say boom. And you can also click here. Settings. And then you can do, for example, grid lines. Grid lines. Right now you have grid lines. Double click. Or you can do auto boom, and then you can have trading view. Have a trading view kind of zoomish where everything just fits. Right? What's going on? I think we're fucking up memory. I think we are fucking up memory. Oh yeah, we do. This is live server, by the way. What the hell is going on? Maybe Did you saw that? This is eat. I'm gonna put some widgets here, like I'm testing the memory because we could fuck things up. It looked like it. How did we do that? How did we maybe the to drag the price scale. Yeah, you want to drag it like this, right? But you need to scroll here. You just need to scroll here. You see? This is Free Willy. Wait, did we? How did we replicate? How did we came to that? How did we? How did we fuck that up? I'm trying some stuff out to see what's... Yeah, this is a big chunk of data, I know, guys. I need to fix that. These heat maps are no joker. But once they load it, it's fine. Right? You see it happens. It happens here. You see it happens again. You see this? You see this here? Number XBT, yes. You're the 100th. The 100th person that asked that. I will do that. Actually, to be honest, I will do it this week. It's the first thing that I'm gonna do. It looks like it was almost, it felt almost like you were joking because You're literally like the next one that asked it after everybody asking the same thing. Those heat maps are built from scratch. Yes. Yes, baby. I'm cloning the values, so what the fuck is the problem? Okay, we need to debug this. Okay, let's start clean. Let me close all this bullshit. Let's save this. I'm storing everything, guys. I'm storing and I'm manipulating and I'm keeping track of the order books. Otherwise, this data is impossible to get. If you don't know do that, like building these domes and all that stuff. So I'm gonna keep scrolling in the back, right? I'm gonna load up some heat maps in memory, right? And I think the problem starts the moment we open up a BTC chart, right? I think that's gonna be fine. But the moment we change this to another time frame, like for example the 1 hour, they probably have some memory in common somewhere still. Yeah, you see this? Is this on live as well? I know what it is. I know what the problem is, but oh man, how many bullshit do we have here? So this is basically 1 minute. Let's open up Binance here. Load the heat map in. Boom. Put it to 1 hour. Boom. It's gonna load in the 1 hour, which is a big aggregation that needs to be done. Yeah. Okay. GG. Game's over. Okay, that's good. It's not a memory issue. That's the problem is that I'm listening to the same stream because they share the same name of widget. And I think I made a mistake in liquidity merging threshold feature. You need to explain me this a little bit more in the concept. You can join the Discord and you can actually talk and explain me a little bit what you mean by that. We just found a bug. The thing is this still on? Is this on Discord, this desktop as well? Okay, we don't need to. This is gonna be asynchronously loaded. Let's see. Wait, let me do 1 minute. BTC here. And then let me do this. 1 hour. It's loading in 1 hour. Data is here. We fucked. Okay, yeah. Okay, nobody catch this bug, man. I need to find it myself. Oh my god, Scipio in trouble, guys. Go save Scipio. Scipio is in trouble. Ah, you're talking about aggregating. Yeah. You mean like aggregating liquidity? Yes, that's basically what we do in the VPVR. It's the same thing, right? This is liquidity for a visible range, right? But this is market liquidity, and you can actually say this, and then you can aggregate the liquidity on different price levels. And you mean do the same thing for the heat map? Is that what you mean? Yes, but the heat map are a little bit more complex, and basically everybody. I mean, it's a common problem. It's a problem that's not yet being solved on 100%. Bookmap, I think it's a nice piece of software, but it's a lagging piece of software, right? It's not very fun to use. From my own experience, making this thing performant is hard, and that's my goal, right? Giving you a professional instrument to trade with without being like lagging and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So aggregating the heat maps is gonna be done for sure. It's gonna be done for sure. I just if something that I want to release, it needs to be good. I can release aggregated heat maps. I can release like aggregated exchanges all on top of each other and make slop. I can do that. And then I can say, look guys, look what I did. Oh, look my application, but it's just trash to use. I don't want that. So I'm looking for things to optimize, and instead of shipping like visually high pleasing applications like Okitoki, which is nice, right? Okotoki is a nice application, but it's visually pleasing, but there is less information. There is not too much information there. So I want to build something. TradingView is a very polished, very good performing thing. The problem is you don't have enough freedom. Like maximum 4 charts or something. You don't have the freedom to build whatever you want the way you trade, because not everybody trades the same. Everybody has his own widgets, its own configuration. So I want to give everything into one application, but it needs to be performant at all times. Right? That's the thing. Maybe like, wow, the stats are not looking too good. Look at this other platform. Yes, but it doesn't really matter, because the visual, it's visually good enough. It's not like fashionista soydef visually pleasing, but it does not need to be, because this is for real traders. You know what I mean? It needs to perform well, brothers. That's very important. There's a flag. You know what I mean? What flag is it? I don't know. A red flag or a blue flag or a green flag. A blue flag. Okay, so why is the heat maps doing a little bit tonky ponky? Wait. We have too much market monkeys open here. What's going on here? Thank you so much. Should I do now? Wait, the winners are done. Look at this. Look at that. DB. I don't know who this is. Wallet 0001 MV7 Raul, and I'm gonna give these guys. Wait, what's going on here? I'm on a winner, so I'm gonna give them yearly champ. Had a 1 in 8 chances, but who was the rest? I will give them all the correct rules. DB. Yearly champ. Yearly champ. Yearly champ. That should be good. Wait. Last winner of what? Okay. Okay, we do another giveaway then. One more. Giveaway create. Maybe it's not a bot, man. Maybe this is not a bot. We just kick him. Holy shit. Okay, guys, so there's one more thing. We're gonna do this for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. One winner. And the prize, handshake. Yearly. Yearly sex. Yearly good stuff. Boom. Maybe this wallet guy, I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna. We're gonna listen to. Wait, I'm gonna take a little. How? Half an hour. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna take a quick pee break here. Should we use yellow here or should we use the blue? Like the new blue team. This one. Be right back. I'll be right back! Yo! Wat gaan we dan eens? Wat is hung? What does that mean, hung? What does that mean, the officer dick whip? What does hung mean? We're gonna rate this level, man. Let's go. Doesn't work. Doesn't fucking work, guys. What do I need to do? Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna check what's going on here. So the thing is... Wait, that could be a server problem as well, actually, to be honest. What's your gym split? I tried everything. And I think for me, what works best is a push-pull legs. Because I go a lot to the gym, and if you go a lot, push-pull legs is for you. If you have no time to go to the gym, then push-pull legs is not for you. You need to do full body. I cannot do full body. It makes no fucking sense. So I do a push-pull leg split, and I do compounds only most of the time, right? Because everything you see on YouTube, like all these bodybuilders and these fitness gurus, they are right, but they are also bodybuilders, right? And I don't want to be a bodybuilder. Like I'm at the age of 38 right now. So I need to make sure that I'm strong for for the days of for the end game. So what I'm doing is doing a lot of compounds. That's what I do, like bend over rows heavy, military presses heavy, seated rows heavy, lat pull downs heavy. Bench press I don't do anymore because that's the worst thing you can do, a bench press. I do incline dumbbells, heavy, everything heavy. If you want to get big while you're on some kind of a steroid, do volume. If you want to be normally good build with a good glutes, good legs, good quads, good back, good chest, then you need to do compounds, in my opinion. But hey, that works for me. Everybody's different, right? Everybody's different. Yes. But the best tip I can give you is stop bench pressing. Because it's the worst exercise ever. Because it's... You cannot position yourself the way you want. So you're actually locked into one kind of motion. And then you have the ability of hunching. The hunch... Most people cannot bench press. You need to keep your shoulders behind you, right? And you're basically fucking up your whole posture with a bench press. With a dumbbell, with an incline. Why do I do incline? Because it also does your shoulders at the same time. So you're basically doing two... How do you say that? Two flies in one hit, I would say. But with the incline, you can... With the dumbbells, you can position. You can position and you can use your lats to safeguard. You can go way deep into your lats, you know what I mean? A good stretch, and you can, whatever you want, whatever works for your shoulders. Because I had a shoulder injury for so long, and it was due to bench press. One wrong movement with heavy, and with heavy I mean 100 kilograms triple plates, double plates, plus one wrong movement and you're fucked. And once you're fucked with your shoulder, your game is over. You cannot do curls, it's gonna hurt. Everything you're gonna do in the gym is gonna hurt if your shoulders are fucked. So keep your shoulders in a healthy spot. Very important. Very important. And some rule of thumb is basically, I never in my life have seen a skinny dude that lifts heavy. If you're strong, a strong muscle is a big muscle at all times. Is strength training the ideal to build volume, to build mass? No, it's not. Like squats are not worth it from a bodybuilder's perspective. Deadlifts are not worth it from a bodybuilder's perspective. Bent over rows, not worth it. From injury prone. Squats, injury prone. Deadlifts, injury prone. Risk to reward, 0 for a bodybuilder. But for a human being that's gonna be strong, carrying his whole family on his back, the dog and the laptops and the TV and the PlayStation and the neighbors and the neighbors all on his own back when the fucking world is going to die, that's basically be done by doing compound exercises. Glutes is the most important thing. Glutes. Train your fucking glutes and you're gonna be a strong man. You're gonna be faster in sprinting. You can jump higher. You're stronger. Nobody can fucking do anything. If you're in a fight and you have fucking strong glutes, you're never gonna... You're too strong. Glutes is very important. And that's if you see somebody, if you're in trouble with a person, with another man, and you see that guy has strong fucking glutes, you need to be very careful because he's gonna be very strong. Glutes is the biggest muscle. In my opinion, it's the biggest muscle. It's the biggest muscle in the human body. What is the biggest muscle in the human body? I think it's glutes. Gluteus maximus. And everybody's in the gym. Everybody's training his biceps because biceps. Oh, let's train biceps. Let's do 1 hour curls and triceps extensions like a fucking retard. Ah, look at this. Haha. Hop, 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 hop. And then they do these face pulls like an idiot. Face pulls. I see them all the fucking time. Spend an hour. face pulls and extensions and all these and then they're training their forearms. They're training their fucking forearms, man. Holy shit. How is this even fucking what the hell are these guys doing? Oh, I have bad genetics. I cannot grow muscles. I cannot grow. Yeah, you're doing fucking forearms, bro. Stop doing that. Train your fucking glutes. Train your back. Train your quads. Train the fucking biggest muscles in your body and you're gonna be strong. Because if you train your everything is connected with each other. You know what I mean? My 2 cents of advice, and I'm not a fitness influencer, but I have a very good physique. You know what I mean? That's what I just say on Twitter as well. Somebody mentioned me and he said, Anthony is such a good engineer. I'm not smart, man. I'm not even smart. I just do stuff. I try something and I see, does it work what I'm doing? Right? Is what I'm doing, does it work? Why does it not work? And you rinse and repeat. The same thing goes in the gym, right? You go into the gym. I was trying to bulk recently, right? I said, man, I'm too skinny. I'm gonna bulk. And I was eating 3,500, 4,000 calories each day. My winter bulk. What happened? I got depressed. I didn't went stronger. And I looked like fucking shit. And I didn't fit anymore. The moment I know I need to stop bulking is when my belt doesn't fit anymore. So, what did we learn? Well, I bulk too much. Bulking is not a good idea. 80 kilo. I was weighing 80 kilos and I'm 172. I'm a midget. 80 kilos. Do you know what that is? That's crazy. That's overweight. That's not good. So I learned that that's not the weight that I'm basically genetically maxed out at this point. Or I need to start juicing, which I will probably do when I'm 45 or something. I will 100% do some replacement therapy. 100%. You know what I mean? A man without that testosterone is basically a dead chicken. You're lost. You need to have that sex drive, confidence, the fucking dog in you. You know what I mean? You need that. You fucking need testosterone, bro, or your life is over. And at an age of 45 or 50, inevitably you can do whatever you can eat healthy, you can train. Your testosterone is going to go down. That's the nature. You know what I mean? That's the nature. But I'm physically capped right now. I'm genetically capped at where I am, and now I need to just take it as a man. And getting stronger, I can still train for strength, but training for mass ain't gonna happen, or I'm become a fatty. Anyway, as a fanboy, did you take any supplements? Yes, well, I take fish oil, magnesium, and creatine every day for years. I never stopped doing that. Every single day, I don't even weigh it. The creatine is like the protein, right? You don't scoop it. You don't, like, oh, creatine. No, I just scoop it up. It's 10 grams, I think, what I do. 10 grams. 100%. 10 grams of creatine every single day. And I was already bald. So that's not the issue. But I don't think creatine is going to do much. I don't think it's going to do much, to be honest. But I just take it, just in case. You know what I mean? Don't level. Yeah, I eyeball that. I eyeball it 100%. That's what I do. It doesn't really matter. Some people say you need to cycle creatine like 2 months, 3 months, and then off, but that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's the same thing with eggs. Everybody, when I tell my family I eat 5 eggs each day, they say, "Oh, yo, your cholesterol. Oh man, this is unhealthy." Who's unhealthy? These motherfuckers eating pizza all the fucking time. Eggs, no problem. Salt, the amount of salt that I'm using is insane. Salt, fats, good fats, is very important. Not what the mainstream media is telling you. That's all lies. Okay, so that's basically, to wrap up the thingy. The best advice for you to grow in everything you want in the gym is just to follow your own instincts, because everybody's different. In learning how to program as a trader, as a gym, as whatever, it's as a relationship. You can read a book, but that's a book from somebody else. And you can take what you want from it, but the best thing is to just trial and error, buddy. Trial and error. You're probably between 20 and 30, so you have way more years to test your trial and error. You know what I mean? And the moment you're gonna figure it all out, that's the moment you're gonna die. I was a carnivore and my aunt was saying, where is your vegetables, when they to her house, like seriously. Yeah, the thing is also that I don't eat a lot of vegetables. The only thing I eat is basically cucumbers and sweet potatoes. Because sweet potatoes are very good carbs. Why are they good carbs? Because the carbs in sweet potatoes are still in their cells. You have two kinds of carbs. You have the carbs that are natural carbs like sweet potatoes, where the carbs are still in the cells. You need to look that up. So that basically means that when you eat these carbs, they are not going to fuck up your blood sugar. Whilst if you eat like bread, which is not bad, but these carbs are human produced. And they will basically instantly affect your blood sugar, giving you an instant boost of energy, but it's not good. So I eat sweet potatoes, it's the best thing you can ever eat. And then cucumbers, why? Because they are green vegetables and they have a lot of water. Besides that, I don't know. A vegetable is not so much nutrients in that. And if you really, really want to have nutrients from vegetables, you need to eat a shit ton of them. So you can better just eat fucking meat, because in meat everything is crazy. Meat is insane. Meat is crazy, bro. Look at the lion. Look at the fucking lion. The difference between a lion and a giraffe. That's crazy. Beef, man. Beef. Red beef. I think it's gonna be a server issue, guys, here. Plot twist. I think Ashton made a mistake. Because, look at this. Change time frame. No, it's not. It's probably not Ashton's fault. Wait. Wait, where do we subscribe? Subscribe stream. Ah, I know what it is. What's the name of the color team? Grubber. Grubber. Grubber darker. Oh. Grubber darker. Where's Dint? Let's get up. You don't care about that. Okay, how can we debug that? So the moment we subscribe to the 1 hour time frame, it's gonna fuck up our other panels for the same ticket, because we are probably subscribed to the same stream. This stream is gonna take in a pair and a stream heat maps with no time frame, because the heat maps are always live. And what do I mean by that? Is they are always at there is no time frame for a heat map. They are always like, unless you fetch a range, because a range needs to be aggregated. That means we're gonna subscribe to the stream. We can test that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do. It's gonna be the problem. It's gonna be the thingy, right? The receiving heat map lang. Heat map time frame range. It's not a big issue, but it's an issue. Heat map time frame. It's gonna be. Trying really hard to consume sugar as slow as possible. Sugar is worse than drugs. The thing is that you just need to balance it all out, right? I'm eating candy as well from time to time. I'm drinking sometimes a soda, like 0 sugar, but still it's garbage, right? These things are basically poison. But I mean, you cannot be like, there are a lot of these gurus, and you need to take ice baths, and you need to do this and that, and okay, I mean, chill, daddy. You know, we are working hard, we are training, we have kids, we try to be a good father, we try to be a good husband, we're trying to build businesses. I mean, we are trying to be the best version of ourselves, right? But like, we cannot do everything like God has intended or the gurus intended, right? So making a mistake from time to time is fine. It's just all about proportionally making sure that if you are a non-active person and you're a male and you can take 2000, 2500 of calories each day, make sure you stay in that range. And if you stay in that range, you're going to lose weight all the time, right? And you can eat a candy and you can eat a cake, but just make sure that if it's Monday and you eat a pizza or a piece of cake or something or whatever, cookies, well, you need to make up for that in another day. And if you just can balance out your week, if you can balance out your week with one cheat day and some tiny little mistakes here and there, I'm not calling them mistakes, I call them a little happy accidents, just like Bob Ross, right? If you can just calculate that in and make up for them, it's fine, right? It's gonna be fine. That's the thing. Just be consistent, go to the gym 2-3 times a week, or go running, or do whatever the fuck you want. But keep doing that. And don't do it for like two months and, oh, I don't see results. Yeah, of course not, because your body doesn't, like, fat and overweight and weight gain doesn't happen from one day or another, right? Fat and body change happens after certain levels are depleted and full in your body. I'm not a scientist, but it's like, even if you're an experienced bodybuilder or gymmer and you're gonna cut, the moment you cut, 1 or 2 weeks after your cut, you're gonna look way worse, even though you're on a diet. And that's all to do with, like, watch Sam Sulek. He can explain it way better than me, man. Go watch Sam Sulek. He can explain it. I don't know if it's true, but he explains it like it's true. So listen to him. Listen to him. You need to do your thing for a very long time. Let's do 3, 4, 5 months and then come back. And then you know if you do a good job. Okay. The problem is, because it's, so this is going to, why am I on the help menu actually? We got the range 0, right? I cannot leave it open because it's gonna block the thread. 3, okay, cool. So basically right now, I'm gonna open up the same chart, right? I'm gonna put it in here. Okay. So WASM runs on the same thread as your application. So what happens is that opening up your debugger is going to interfere with the same thread. Okay, 5. So basically, if I do this 1 hour, it's a big ton of data. I need to fix that. Everything is gone. You see, everything is fucked here because it gained. That's why it's so much data. We have yeah, now I understand. Look at how much data it is. It basically gets yeah. So now we need to actually check. Yeah. You see the problem? This is the problem here. So the thing is that they are subscribed to the in the application. They are subscribed to the same stream, the heat maps BTC Binance futures, and the time frame is 0. So even if we request the time frame 1 hour, but there's probably a bug in the server that doesn't set that it's from the 1 hour, what's going to happen is that they're going to subscribe to the same thing and the data will be received in both widgets, causing that this is not really a memory bug, it's just heat maps every 1 hour in the 1 minute chart, which is not what we want. But this only happens if you have 2 of the same charts open right now, which is not a big of a deal. But the reason why I allow you to have 2 of the same charts open is to do exactly this, like having a lower time frame open and a higher time frame open, and then so you can basically have your, if you're trading, if you're scalping, you will also want to see sometime the higher time frame. What are we doing in the higher moments? You know, to give you some bias, some directional bias. And there is a little bug which we need to fix. Ashton, if you're watching, we need to check that. Can we type roadmap in the Discord? I don't know if it's meant to be. I don't know. You can actually put whatever you want. Ashton. So the bug is this. So let me refresh here. Right, so we have one chart open, right? And this is basically the 1 minute heat maps that are being loaded, right? All fine, right? You see, I'm getting one here. If I'm opening another BTC, the same widget, right? The same chart, the same ticket, the same thing, and everything is fine because they actually listen to the same stream. 1 minute, 1 minute. But if we take the 1 hour here, which is going to load a shit ton of data, we need to check why, but but that's fine. The problem is that because what's being returned from the server, developer tools, you're gonna see that they all return the same time frame. So this range here from the 1 hour is now in here. You see this? 1 hour heat maps in the 1 minute chart. That's the problem. Because they are both subscribed to I might can fix this real quick. Yes, makes sense. So I think it's maybe a server issue because I do not know where they're coming from, but I can really fix that if I do this. I don't know if that's gonna help, because that's going to subscribe them to different streams, but they still, no, it's still gonna be routed to the same widgets. It's the same problem. It's because the server doesn't set the time frame. The heat maps time frame is always 0. Subscribing, yeah. The subscription is 0. So the subscription here is going to be 0. But the range needs to return, the get range from the server needs to return what time frame they are. So the same widgets don't interfere with the same time frame, right? I think I already made by just subscribing to that, but that's not gonna help right now. I think maybe it's not gonna help at all. Wait, I need to refresh. That's what I need to do. You see, now we get nothing. Right now now it's speedy bombo because we oh man, this is so fast without heat maps. Oh, it's the volumes that takes a bit of time. But look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Jesus. Because I need this. We need to fix that. It's not super. It's on the top list to do. I think it's a very simple fix. It's a very simple fix. That's what I think. But the thing is, the live candles, the live heat maps that are coming in are always, so you have, listen, so this thing, so the range we got, the initial range. But wait, is that why everything loads so slow on the higher time frames? Because we are fetching. No, it's not. Because we are fetching maybe too much things. I don't know. What I want to say here. So these blocks here, right? These blocks are from a range, and that needs to be the time frame needs to be in there. But these guys here, the subscription itself, these guys here. Oh, this VPVR. Here, the live ones, look at this. You see the live ones? That's always time frame 0, right? That's why we subscribe to time frame 0, because they are live. The same thing with trades, they're also just live. There is no time frame for these trades, right? The same thing for these heat maps, they are live. No, the time frame, actually, the time frame, why we send it with the request is because the samplers will, the candle samplers, like a candle here, this data will come from a sampler for a specific time frame. While in the heat maps, they don't get sampled. They don't get sampled. Volumes, they get sampled. This is sampled on a time frame. Right? Look at that. That's crazy. It's performing so well, it's insane. Zero lag. Zero. That's insane, man. Try to do that with coin glass or something. Try do that. You can open 4 of these charts, it's not gonna lag at all. But of course, because heatmap has no samplers, it's gonna be time frame 0. But the only thing that needs to be done from the server side is to ignore this time frame if I subscribe, because I need to put the time frame in my stream, so this stream correlates with app subscribe stream. We don't need this mutex in web. So you see, this stream gonna sit in the map. If I do time frame 0, But the 1 hour, the 1 hour widget also has 0. They're gonna have the same stream of data, which actually can't. Because ranges requested will go over the same service session. Yeah, Ashton, I hope you understand what I mean here. I don't like these heat maps like this. It's like so much noise, man. The only thing you need is something like this. Is already good. It gives you a clear overview of where liquidity actually is. All the rest is noise. I think we fixed the DOM problem, and that's actually the goal of today. So we don't need to allocate up front because we use a dynamic arena. That's good. And I think we might want to have the same thing in heat maps as well. So we can allocate this dynamic thing like we did here, right? We use this allocator for the heat maps. Why were we using them specifically? It's pretty good code, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good code. Look, it's readable code, let us be honest. Let us be honest, guys. I really love how the VPVR updates in real time. Isn't that should be everywhere, no? It should be everywhere, on every platform. And if not, congratulations, the winner of the early stuff. XOR. Ah, here. Wait, I need to double check because it's not the first time I delete somebody. Or congratulations, the winner of the yearly good stuff. XOR. Here is actually better. Rollen. Yearly champ. So what's gonna happen the moment we go out of beta soon? We're not gonna take it too long because I think the products will be way better in 2 weeks. It's going to be behind the subscription system. Makes sense, right? This is, in my opinion, decent software. So the people with the yearly sub going to get flagged in the DB. Well, not flagged. They're just going to have a trial and subscription ending in 1 year. So that's good news, isn't it? Alright guys, are there any more questions? Because 2 hours for my little brain is too much. I wish I could stream 8 hours for you guys, but that's not gonna happen. Because I can't. It's very tiring. It's very tiring. So is there anything I can help you with? How many locks you wrote so far? A lot. I can do like a WC count, but it's not going to give you an accurate thing because there's a lot of other libraries in it. To actually know whatever I wrote myself, I can say it's the biggest project I ever did, where I wrote myself the lines of code. There's a lot of stuff in it, and there will be way more. There will be way more in the future. I'm gonna take a little high here. The moment this thing is in here, you're gonna see some liquidations as well. The moment it dips over here. Not too much because it's this frame. We don't need this. Should actually be sell liquidations. Are they growing? Should be. You see they're coming in, right? But there needs to be sell liquidations. We made a mistake. So we need to change our database to change the Binance stuff. I made a mistake. Everything red needs to be green and everything green needs to be red. Of course, now the sells are getting liquidated, not the buyers, right? The buyers. Yeah. In my opinion, once we are over this line here, you see this thing. I need to make this a little bit better as well. Once we are over this piece of volume here, you see this? From the VPVR. I think we aim for this. Like again, I'm not gonna give you trading advice. Man, I hate this rectangle. I need a fucking line. This one. We're going for this. Right? So what you normally would do, when I was a trader, a long time ago, is that I was a savage. Because this is a perfect trade. Why? Because it can easily be invalidated, right? You can easily invalidate your trade here. A lot of you are not going to do that because this is just way too... The risk-reward ratio is going to be fucked up. So people are going to set it here or even here, right? To invalidate your trade. And then you need to get this thing, right? So now this rectangle here is going to be your profit, right? And then your loss is going to be your risk is going to be this thing here. And that seems, for me, it seems to, but people, that's what traders do, right? They say, oh yeah, but if I put it here, my stop loss, you have a way better risk to reward ratio. And that's the biggest mistake, right? And I was a savage, right? What I did, I would just blindly take the long here. People waiting for retests and all that stuff, but yeah, it doesn't work like that in my opinion, especially not on lower time frames. So I would just take this, take my risk, very easy invalidate it, go to this line, maybe even draw FIP, just to see if there are multiple levels to be get. Even zoom out, you know what I mean? So you can actually see. This is the highest high. There's nothing higher recently, right? This heat maps on this 5 minutes. It takes so much. No, there is nothing, right? It's gonna be it. I would take this trade. I would just press the button right now. You're already too late. Boom. And hopefully we get this. Close it to call it a day. Simple as that. The problem is that you can already see that my ability for patience is low, right? And I need to be busy. I cannot do nothing all the time. So that doesn't really work for me. The whole concept of that, you know? It's not for me. How hard is it to use mGUI? mGUI with Odin is easy, plot is hard, WASM is impossible. So if like bindings for mGUI, easy. You're gonna come into a lot of trouble. Bindings for implot, hard. Making it this Sokol backend, but the Sokol backend, mGUI Sokol Odin mGUI implot, very hard. WASM, like impossible. You know what I mean? This is impossible. But we did it. With big thanks to Teddy, by the way. The next step is QuickJS. That we need to compile to WASM. And then these V-shapes, guys, again, these V-shapes, man, whatever time frame they are so powerful. These V-shapes. Because what these means, what these kind of thing means is, especially like not these ones, right? But like these clear, there are the big ones. There are big ones somewhere. Let me find them. I don't know where they are. There are some big ones. Of course, here you're gonna get wrecked. Anyway, these V-shapes, they're always very good for momentum. QuickJS is done. I push later. The thing is, well, we are like. So the thing is that you could say you can build this in JavaScript, but you can't. You can't. Right? There are better tools. Well, there are more polished tools, but I'm just starting out. Mark Monk is just starting out. But there are no tools on this right now in the whole world. Not Exo charts, Trading Light, forget it. Trading View, forget it. Just doesn't exist that can do this all these things, right? Of course, I need to fix my heat map loading, but it's just big data. And I think it's fast. It's already fast. But for me, it needs to. If it does not, is it not in milliseconds? Or in nanoseconds? I'm getting impatient. So where you can do all these things, you are so free. You are free to go. You are so free. You can build whatever you want. Performance, chart on top of charts on top of charts. It's like you can even close these things. Look at this. You can do this. Boom. Here as well. Boom. You can dog them, boom. It's like, here, dog them again. There is no such thing, guys. And if you build this in JavaScript, it's not gonna be this performant. Believe me. Believe me. So, but it took, guys, this took a very, very hard toll to build. It was, how many times that this project failed is incredible. Because it was not straightforward. It wasn't. Right? And again, without Ashton, without Terry, without Mansoor, this thing wasn't the way it is. These people really helped me. And I wrote a lot of code, and I mostly wrote all of the code. But the amount of research Terry did and for compiling and is insane. And even Ashton, he he inserted nats into the system, so we have failovers. It's just incredible. Without these people and without the community, without people being very supportive, this project would fail. I would quit. Not that I could do it, because I think everybody can make anything. But it's just that people stop before they actually realize it. That's the problem. That's what I actually really synced in. That you probably tried so much in your life, but you never ever couldn't do it. It's not because you are not capable of doing it. It's because you quit. It's because you fucking quit it. Because how many times Teddy, yes, we did it, it worked, and then fuck, implot problems, and weeks went over it, and then suddenly implot worked, but then there was like this segmentation fault we couldn't figure out, and it was always these yes, we're gonna have the web built, into no, we can't, and yes, into no, and into it was very hard. And not the programming itself, but keep doing it. That was hard. That was very hard. So yeah. They doesn't scream MGUI as they usually are. Yeah. I did some time fixing in GUI, which is actually very amazing. This piece of software is crazy. But you cannot always use it for UIs because they are immediate mode. But I think for this it makes a lot of sense. It's basically a game. Everything moves in a couple of milliseconds. So immediate mode is perfect. But the styling, yeah, it's just a lot of trial and error, bro. A lot of trial and error. A lot of paddings. Finding, I basically yoinked the colors from Binance charts. Just yoinked it. This blue is trading light, trading view blue, copyrighted blue. Or what is it? Patented blue. I think they have trading view blue. I think it's patented. Blue patent color. I think they have a patent on their fucking color. What a fucking bitches are that? And I fuck you. Here, I have your color in my chart. They're gonna do sue me. Try it. The moment you sue me, you spend all your energy and all your money on a lawyer. I already changed it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna change it 1/10. So what are you gonna do then? Huh? What you gonna do? But it's painful. Like MGUI is it looks nice, but it has a lot of quirks. It has a lot of quirks, man. MGUI and Implot. Implot was like, oh, we're gonna have heat maps with Implot, but I needed to code it myself. The thingy here, I needed to code it myself. These things needed to code it myself. The volumes here as well. Then these things, like for example, these indicators here. Boom, you see it popping up. But this is a chart that doesn't have funding rates. Here, this one. For example, trade counter, funding rates, liquidations. So all these things here, they are not in the library. Right? It just doesn't work like that. I need to position my close buttons here. I need to manage the sizes. I need to do a lot of stuff to make it happen, right? Of course, the docking that's pure in GUI. Right? That's beautiful. And I took the bet. We took the bet because we were writing this in Golang. And I took the bet of basically deleting my 2 months progress. Yeah, I know. Don't worry about this. And from deleting my 2 months progress and restart in Odin. It was a big bet. And everybody was against it. But I followed my guts. I was thinking, man, this MGUI thingy, it needs to be performant. That's what I want. That's my vision. It needs to be the best performing thing, or at least very performant. It needs to have the completely freedom of docking. It needs to run in WASM. It needs to run in Windows. And it needs to run in Mac and in Linux. It needs to run every fucking where. That was my vision. And I saw this opportunity here. And people say, oh, you need to use Rust with this. Fuck you. You know? And I was doing the impossible. Well, doing the impossible. Take it with a grain of salt. But I was basically going into the direction of the majority. Because why would you listen to everybody if they never did something? You know what I mean? Alright, guys, I'm gonna leave you here. Thank you so much. We have 5. We gave away 5 thingies. So, congratulations for the people that won the yearly subs. I will do it from time to time more. And like again, thank you for the support. It's very important. Join the Discord community, like the channel if you want. You do me an enormous favor. And I wish you a very good evening. And very important is, don't take things for granted. You know what I mean? Because tomorrow is never guaranteed.